Good evening, folks. This here is Maynard the Bullfrog Watkins of WERD Radio in Tangipahoa, Louisiana. 1300 on your radio dial, but for you 1298. With another Tangipahoa translation of the Bible verses you have learned to love. Tonight's translation is brought to you by Doc Thibodeau, dentist and veterinarian. 'Cause it don't matter if it's your canine tooth or your canine pet. Doc Thibodeau is the place to go. Now we have somewhat of a controversial show for you tonight, folks. 'Cause we're going to be looking at some prophecy found in the Bible that many people in these parts disagree on. We're talking, of course, about Numbers 22, 28 through 31, where we are told about Balaam and his talking donkey. And it reads as follows. And the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said unto Balaam, What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? And Balaam said unto the donkey, Because thou hast mocked me. I would there were a sword in my hand, for now I would kill thee. And the donkey said to Balaam, Am I not I thine donkey, upon which thou hast ridden, ever since I was thine until this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, Nay. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head and fell right flat on his face. Now, folks, here's what the controversy is all about. We have 3, not 2, but 3 thoughts concerning this scripture. Everybody agrees that this is a prophecy about future TV shows or movies. The question is, which one? Now, there are a few, but only a very few, who believe that it was Mr. Ed who is being prophesied. You remember Mr. Ed. A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the wonderful Mr. Ed. Now, there ain't no doubt about it that Balaam's critter was not a horse. And that brings us to the crux of the issue. You see, a lot of people thought for many years that it must have been prophesizing about Francis the talking mule. But there ain't no way it could have been Francis, because the Bible distinctly points out that it was a donkey. Old doctrines die hard, though, and many people still cling on to the Francis the talking mule interpretation on this. However, today we know that what was being prophesied was Shrek and his friend Donkey. Now, there ain't no way to prove this, but speculation around these parts is that the last words that Balaam's donkey said to him was, Ain't nobody don't like parfait. Well, one thing for sure, if you have a sweet tooth and it's starting to ail you, you need to head over to Doc Thibodeau's dentist and veterinarian, 'cause it don't matter if it's your canine tooth or your canine pet. Old Doc Thibodeau is the place to go.